available to me show that between yesterday and today, there have been disturbing incidents of vandalization of pipelines by some militants without governor taking any action to curtail them. I have, of course, given stand order to the security agencies to ensure safety of lives of good people of Rivers State and the oil pipelines. With all this and many more, no good and responsible president will stand by and allow the grave situation to continue without taking remedial steps prescribed by the Constitution to address the situation in the state, which no doubt requires extraordinary measures to restore good governance, peace, order, and security. In these circumstances, having soberly reflected on and evaluated the political situation in Rivers State, and the governor and deputy governor of Rivers State, having failed to make a request to me as president to issue this proclamation as required by Section 305, Paragraph 5 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, it has become inevitably compelling for me to invoke the provision of the Section 305 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, to declare a state of emergency in Rivers State with effect from today, 18th March, year 2025, and I so do. By this declaration, the governor of Rivers State, Mr. Similaye Fubara, his deputy, Mrs. Ngozi Odu, and all elected members of the House of Assembly State are hereby suspended for an initial period of 6 months. In the meantime, I hereby nominate Vice Admiral Eboket Ibas, retired, as administrator to take charge of the affairs of the state and the interests of the good people of Rivers State. For the avoidance of doubt, this declaration does not affect the judicial arm of Rivers State, which shall continue to function in accordance with their constitutional mandate. The administrator will not make any new laws. He will, however, be free to formulate regulations and may be found necessary to do his job, but such regulations will need to be considered and approved by the Federal Executive Council and promoted by the President for the state. This declaration has been published in the Federal Gazette.
So, Nigeria, good afternoon, you all. It is no longer news that the video that have been going viral since yesterday about the speech of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for declaring state of emergency for Rivers State. I laugh in Swahili. So, if there are issues between state governor and the legislative arm of the government of Rivers State, which is the National Assembly, and the president, in his wisdom or by ill advice, could not settle the dispute at the first stance when these issues happen. We heard that the Bola Ahmed Tinubu called the the governor, which is Fubara, to Aso Rock to say it's okay, please, let's settle peace. Please work according to the agreement you have with Mr. Wike. Even for that first is number one mistake from the president. Wike as a body or as a person is a minister under your watch, which is a minister of Federal Republic of Nigeria, which is the minister of FCT presently. I think it would have been wise to say, okay, Wike, loose up your arms, your hands from the Lagos, from the Port Harcourt, from the Rivers State government, because you are no longer the governor. Allow this man to work. You never rebuke Wike. Rather, you back Wike in all these struggles to cause tension and political disorderliness in Rivers State. And what are we seeing today? Wike, because of all these things, Wike will be building houses, building houses for judges, giving them money, awarding contract for judges' houses, both in Port Harcourt and Abuja, so that he'll be able to get hold of Rivers State, just like the way Tinubu holds Lagos State strongly. That is what has been the plan of Wike. Now, this whole thing is happening. Being as somebody who is a very fair person and he does not want problem, Sim Fubara, the present governor, have taken it easy with them. But yet, okay, after resolving all this issue, they went to court. Even when Sim Fubara was begged to drop his case against the legislative arm of the government, he withdrew his case from the appeal court. But unknowingly to you that even the legislative arms, which is the State House of Assembly, they've already sued. They did not withdraw their own case. Now they took the case to the Supreme Court, even without this man was not duly informed. The case was influenced by Wike and even the president himself. So give some final judge to it as the Apex Court of Nigeria, which is the supreme in all judgments, that society let the status quo remain. Somebody have clearly said with his mouth as an evidence said that he does defect. He hold the APC flag and everything. You people are saying there was no evidence to show say he really defect. And as the law stated that if you contest under any platform and once you defect from such platform, meaning say you as that person, you are not legally supposed to be in that position. You have to be removed and another election have to be conducted. That is what the law say. It has happened in Nigeria before, and this is not the only one. This issue has been going. And it would have also been wise for the president as well to call the House of Assembly member and the governor to settle this dispute once and for all. Allow Fabura to rule. Do not impeach him or whatever that must be the grievances. Let for the peace of Rivers State, let there be orderliness. The president could not do that, but he was switched to action by the advice from Wike and his ally to declare state of emergency for Rivers State, which is a slap to democracy. And to make it worse, he now go and bring a retired Admiral Ibe to become the sole administrative of Rivers State. Then my question is this. So does the president have the power to sack an elected governor? Somebody that have been elected. At least, okay, it would have been best to say, okay, what if he would have declared a state of emergency in Rivers State with the help of the by taking the governor along to say this thing is above your power, declare state of emergency, but you will not suspend the government. You will not suspend the present governor. In 2013 which is not far, the same Tinubu blasted Jonathan. He blasted Jonathan, say for declared state of emergency for 3 northern state, Borno, I think Jigawa or Plateau State. He said this is a slap to democracy, and Jonathan is doing it because of the 2015 general election in order to hold grip of the North. But do you know what? Even when Jonathan do this declaration of state of emergency, he never suspend the governor nor any member from the state because he's well educated. He knows what the law say. Because these same people are elected under the same platform which is the president himself has been elected. Okay, now if I thought there is tension in Rivers State, can the president declare with the support of the governor, send more soldiers, more troops, more police to the state? Rather to say you just be in Abuja, just a single meeting with you and your colleagues, your kebabs. You say you declare state of emergency. Are we in a what is it called? a dictatorship government, or are we in a military era? Can't something be done legally? Even though they say Obasanjo have done similar things before. He did it because Nigeria has never opened that time. But now, the eye has been clearly open because one, Obasanjo himself was once a military. In fact, he has the power, but you are a civilian. Why don't you do this according to what the democracy say? Then you now take laws into your hands. You are just watching the situation because declaring state of emergency will keep watching the situation in Rivers State. And secondly, Nigeria oil revenue will decrease henceforth. Because you know what these guys are up to, which is the Nigerian militant people. You know what they can do. They will make sure there will not be arrest. Even in fact, gone are those days where we used to say they kidnap oil workers, which with the effort of Jonathan and this Yaradua, this whole thing has stopped. Now you want to bring that restoration up again, so that the country will not have peace, so that the state will not have peace, so that you can use your lawyer boys to put you to vote you or to rig you in 2027. That is just the mission. So there is nothing you want to tell us that we have not seen the handwriting. Guys, I don't want to talk too much. I want you to watch the video to see for yourself of what the president has just done. We have been shouting and we have been complaining that you guys stop watching home videos and all these funny things. You understand? Go into politics. Go read news daily. Contribute. This is the reason why we are doing all these videos. Because things are not good. These things that are happening in the country, it calls for sober reflection. Enough of this watching of home videos. You people have to put mouth in this politics. That's why we say encourage us, follow us, like and share the video, comment. Share your view, because sometimes they still watch all these videos of what we are saying online. So guys, I want you to watch the video and see for yourself. And don't forget to like and follow or share this video. Very important. And your comment is most important to us. Thank you. See you in my next video. Bye.
There's no provision of the Nigerian Constitution that allows the president or anybody for that matter to remove an elected official. Between 1979 and now, we have close to 20 cases of our court which have upheld the right of Nigerian people to be governed properly in accordance with the law. In other words, the law is saying that it is illegal on the part of state governors to remove elected chairmen and councillors and replace them with caretaker committees. Under the Constitution, you can only remove a governor by impeachment, by resignation, or on account of ill health. In the case of a legislator, you can only remove him or her by the process of recall. So there is no provision for, or no law has empowered the president to remove a governor. In other words, I mean, you might also say that if the country is fighting a war, say with another country, do you ask the president to be removed by the National Assembly so that a sole administrator is appointed for the prosecution of the war? So it is totally what President Obasanjo did in removing governors cannot be justified under the law.
So, guys, as we are saying concerning this this state of emergency that the president has declared in Rivers State, I will want you to watch this senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, of what he said during when, even as far back as when General Obasanjo made a similar declaration, what he said and what the law stands for. And even as at then, he made it clear that ordinarily the president did this thing, and which is wrong. Even in the constitution, at the session which Bola Ahmed declared, section 305, according to the Nigeria constitution, does not even give the president the power to remove an elected governor or any elected official. So what the president would have done was to declare a state of emergency. What things will still be going on there? They will restrict movement. Not by able say he suspend the governor. How can, if somebody say, okay, And since Boko Haram is ravaging the north or insecurity in Nigeria now, can somebody say they suspend, say okay, they want to fight the insecurity, so for that reason they suspend the president? Is that possible? So guys, watch the video. We'll talk back later.